Welcome everybody to a Kuta worksheet tutorial. We're doing angle bisectors of triangles. So all you geometry students in chapter 5, this is what we're talking about. The first couple are pretty easy. It says each figure shows a triangle with one of its angle bisectors. So here we have angle SUT, that's angle 1. Right, SUT. Okay, I see. So we have to make sure we identify the correct angles. Here we see SUT is that one, and that's 34 degrees. So if PU, PU, like something smells bad. If PU is the angle bisector, then that means it's going to split these two angles, so let's call it these two gold ones, into two. So all we have to do here is divide this by 2, and we get that angle 1 is going to equal 17 degrees. Okay, so that's the general process. Make sure you identify the correct angle and then go from there knowing that the angle bisector splits into 2. Again, same deal here. We have SQR. That's this one this time. And that is, it says find SQR. So we have to find this one. We're not given this one. But it's telling us that angle 2 equals 13. All we have to do is multiply 13. This is 13, so that's 26 for SQR. So that's 26 degrees. Now, this is an interesting kind of segue because we're going from angle bisectors into what's called the incenter. It's called the incenter because where the three angle bisectors meet, so this is an angle bisector. Okay, this line is an angle bisector. This one's an angle bisector. This one's an angle bisector. Where they meet is called the incenter. It's called the incenter because it meets up where a circle. All right, hold on. I'm going to try my best here. Okay, so if I draw a circle here, that circle inside, the only way you can draw a circle that touches three sides of the triangle is like this. And that center of the circle is also where the three angle bisectors meet up. So it's a pretty cool concept. And what's cool about it is these three segments then that are attached from where the circle meets to where the angle bisectors meet is also the center of the circle. But that makes these three lines radiuses. I think it's called radii. They might be interchangeable actually. Okay, so then we have PT. We are told that it's 3, so PU is also going to be 3 because it's the same radius. It's the same length, okay? Same deal here. We're asked to find PV if PW is 7, so it's also 7 because this is also a radius. This is assuming that three angle bisectors intersecting at point P. That point P is going to be the incenter by definition of the incenter, okay? PW, and then we're looking for PX. It's going to be the same each time. So it's just recognizing that it's the same. It's a little repetitive here, but it's going to be 5. PD, that's going to be 8 because PC is 8. Okay. Hopefully, oh my goodness, it's going to do. So find HY. Oh, this one's a little different. So we have PY is 2. HP is 3. Okay, so this HP is 3. And we're asked to find HY. Which is this little segment here. HY is this. Now, this one's a little bit different. This is an extension of some information. I'm going to redraw the triangle here. We're told that that's 90 degrees. Okay, this is not 100% accurate, but you get the point. This is 3, this is 2, and that HY, that's our missing side here that we need to find. We know this is 90 because it's 90 here, so we have to use Pythagorean Theorem to solve for this missing side. I'm going to call this side B. So now I know I have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to plug in some of my values. C is the hypotenuse, the side opposite the 90-degree angle. So we have squared. I have my b squared that I need to find, and then I have my a squared, which is 2 squared. Okay, so then I have 4 plus b squared equals, sorry, I forgot the equal sign, equals 9. So then I get b squared equals 5 once I subtract 4 from both sides. So b equals the square root of 5. And there's my answer. HY equals the square root of 5. Okay. AP if PQ equals 1. Okay, so if we're looking for AP, let me find it first. Actually difficult to find. Here we go. This is AP. And we want to know that PQ equals 1. And then AR equals 2. So this distance here is 2. Okay, now if PQ equals 1, that makes RP 1. So this is RP, and that's also going to be 1. And we can see that we have another triangle here. I'll highlight it in like gold. Okay, this yellow color. So that triangle, again, we can use Pythagorean Theorem to find our missing side. This time we're looking for the hypotenuse. Whoops, that's C. So we can say C squared equals, email just came in, 2 squared plus 1 squared. Okay, those are the two legs. So we have 4 plus 5, sorry, I always do that in my head, I jump ahead. 5 equals C squared. Guess what? We get square root of 5, again, 4C, and there's our answer. Okay, I wonder if a lot of these are like this. So you're going to be using Pythagorean Theorem, finding the side lengths. The main thing is that these sides stay, these little red lines are all the same distance. Let's go ahead and maybe do one more. Let's go to 12. PS equals 3. XP, experience points, equals 5. Find XS. All right, so again, I guess asking for that last side. Pythagorean Theorem. So we get 5 squared equals 3 squared, and then we'll call this b squared again plus b squared. Not the hypotenuse this time, so we make sure it's on A or B, not C. C is always reserved for the hypotenuse. Subtract 9 from, oops, that's 25, forgot to write that. We get b squared equals 16. This time when we take the square root of both sides, we get b equals 4, and that's our answer. Here we have find x if measure of angle 2 equals 4x plus 5, and measure of angle 1 equals 5x minus 2. Each figure shows with one of its angle bisectors. So if it's, these angles are bisected, that means these angles are equal, plus 5x minus 2. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. I like combining the x first. So we get x minus 2 equals 5, add 2. We get x equals 7. So it's as simple as that, setting up a relationship. Measure of angle 2. This one's going to be different. I can already tell. 2 equals 1 plus 28x. And then XVW, so the big angle, equals 59x minus 1. Now, here's the deal. This big angle is the sum of these two smaller angles. What does angle 1 equal? Well, angle 1 is the same as angle 2. So what we could do here is we could say 1 plus 28x plus 1 plus 28x equals 59x minus 1, the big one. Okay? These two smaller ones need to add up to give you the big one, okay, as I demonstrated there. Or you can do 1 plus 28x times 2 because it's being bisected and set that equal to 59x minus 1. It's the same deal. So we're going to combine like terms. We get 2 plus... what is that? That's 46x. No, that's 56x, isn't it? 56x equals 59x minus 1. I like to combine the x's first. Okay, so we get 3x minus 1 equals 2. We're going to add 1 both sides. We get 3x equals 3. Sorry, I flipped it. Divide by 3, we get x equals 1. So now we have it, x equals 1. If we wanted to find the actual angle measure, we would plug that back in. And I think that's what it's going to do for number 16. Yep, we'll do one more. So measure of angle 2. Okay, so this equals, find and measure of angle 2 if it equals 7x plus 5. So 7x plus 5. And measure of angle 1 equals 9x plus 5. Okay, this one's a little bit easier than the first one. So this one is 9x minus 5. Now we know that the relationship, if it's being bisected, is these two are equal to each other. So we're going to set them equal to each other, 7x plus 5. And then we just solve. I like combining the x's first. Subtract 7x for both sides. We get 2x minus 5 equals 5. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Add 5. We get 2x equals 10. X equals 5. Now, here's the deal. We're asked to find the measure of angle 2, so we need to plug this into 2. So we get 30, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. There might be a sneeze coming, I'm not sure. No, I think I stifled it. So we do 7 times 5 plus 5, that's 35 plus 5, so that's 40 degrees. So this is 40 degrees, angle 1 is 40 degrees, and if it asked for this big angle, it would be 80 degrees. Okay, but it's not. It's only asking for measure 2, So that's 40 degrees. That's really all there is to this lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Wes Explains Best. Bye.